Good morning. This is Pam, and I am going to work on this sketch. I started this the other day. My daughter had taken a beautiful picture of just fallen leaves outside in the yard. This was last year. They're not quite at that point yet. And they were just laying one on top of another. Really pretty. I've been working on this a few times now, trying to come to a happy agreement with myself on what I like and don't like. I've done it kind of freestyle. I have done it unsuccessfully. I didn't like it. My daughter thought it was great. She loved it. But I didn't care for it. So what I have done is I did like a first wash background. And I'm going to come back in again this morning. And I'm going to use my A Gallo paints. I seriously love these paints. They do come with their own little travel brush, and they're not bad at all. This one's a small one. I'm probably not going to use this one actually today, but it says it's a size 6. But look at this. I just got this from Amazon. This is a size 4. Yeah, it's a little smaller. This one says size 8. Yeah, okay. I'll go with it. This is the travel brush from A Gallo that they include with their paints. These other brushes I just talked about on my group, Follow Your Brush. I saw these reviewed by Steve Mitchell. Let me move this out of the way here for a second. They come in this little pouch. It's not real leather, it's a sewn, but it's a nice little pouch. They claim that they're Kolinsky Sable, made in China, 3 travel brushes for only $17. So Steve reviewed them because he couldn't believe that it was actually the real thing. They screw on instead of just pushing like the others did. So when they're screwed together, you actually have a nice size brush, and it feels pretty sturdy in your hand. So I'm going to go back into this painting today, and I'm going to use these brushes, and I'm also going to use my A Gallo paints. I just did a little bit of a review and swatch card on my private page, my group page on Facebook. But I'm going to come back in with these paints on this painting. Now I have some areas sketched. So what I want to do is I'm just going to come in and wet these areas. I'm going to just do one area at a time. So there's a leaf here, and kind of comes down there. These are fall leaves, so they are different colors, of course, of autumn. Coming in with my Quin Red Gold. Pretty. I like that. And because I already wet this area, it's going to run a little bit, and I'm just going to let it kind of do its thing. And let it run. Let it run, let it run. I do want to put a little something underneath to give it a little bit of a tilt. One of my porcelain palettes, see if that's enough. Maybe not. I cleaned up my studio, now I can't find anything. Okay. Well, there we go. I'll just do that a little bit. All right, I'm going to do that one, that shade. let me come down here. Like I say, I have sketched these ahead of time. So this is dry. I did this the other night. And I'm going to come in here and pre-wet just sections. And then I'm going to drippy drop my pigment in there. That's the way I just like to do things. I'm going to do a little bit of a different color this time. I'm going to go with my Quin Gold. This other one was Quin Red Gold. I'm going to drop my Quin Gold into this one. Even though we do live in the South, we do, believe it or not, have a fall. We have an autumn season, comes later than you northern folks. But we do get it. I'm going to move my paper, my water over here because every time I lean over, I'm putting my elbow in it. So let me move it over here. Drip my water off. All right, let me go with another color here. This is, I actually don't know particulars of what these actually may be. I just drew lines and kind of squiggled. So what I'm doing is I'm just re-wetting a section and then coming into dropping my pigment in and letting it run. This area I'm coming in with a chromium brown. Add some more pigment. I know I'm being kind of stingy on the pigment. I just kind of want it to give an impression. Okay, let me go to another area. Do this one. Actually, a lot of these leaves were almost like a gray. Okay, I've got some water on that. Let me come and find a gray. This set has a titanium white, and it has some other darker colors that might lend themselves better to fall. So I'm gonna kind of switch out. I'll probably be using both. Again, these are from A Gallo. They go on sale again on Sunday. This is Buff Umber. Interesting name for a color. Actually, it's not Buff Umber. I can't read it. I've kind of washed it out with my paint. I've used it. So let me just come along this edges where I have pre-wet. That is how I like to paint. I like to do the pre-wet an area and then come in and just drop my pigment in there. Kind of get engrossed in what I'm doing. Okay, let me see where I want to wet next. I'm going to go into here. This is looks like a part of an oak leaf. I have a big oak tree out front, and it does indeed provide us with absolutely gorgeous leaves in the fall. I don't want to touch this other one that I have the gold. This one actually, in the original photo, has a gray appearance, almost a silver. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my ivory black And I'm mixing it with a lot of water to tone it down a little bit. And make it more of a gray. That's the thing with watercolor. You gotta let the water, gotta give the water permission and the pigment permission to do what it wants to do. And if you want something lighter, just add more water. Let's see, I like the effects I'm getting by doing this. It's my favorite technique. Could this be my style? I don't know. I don't know. We've been talking about finding our style. Like, who knows what your style is? Then I read a thing that said it's just in you. Just let it come out. All right, I'm going to go wet another area, but I'm going to go in a little different direction because I don't want to overlap on my areas right now. So I'm going to wet this area. This is a similar fashion that I did to my my flower bouquet, where I didn't have sketchy down at that time. I just did the dots of water and then added my pigment. So here we go. I do like it this way because it kind of, when it runs by itself, following the water, gives a nice organic, so to speak, feeling to it. Here comes my cat. He wants to try to steal some tape, but I'm not going to let him. He's walking past. Sorry for that shadow. That's my cat. I'm going to have to get rid of him. But I do have ways. Okay, he's gone. I just give him a squirt and he's out of here. Okay, I like that. I like this. I like this too. All right, let's go to another area. While these are kind of drying, let's go over to this side. I still got black in my brush. Didn't clean it enough. So I'll just kind of let that play over here. I guess that's because I was trying to get rid of my cat. I wasn't paying attention. Just kind of drip some pigment in here and let it go. See what it wants to do. Give us another leaf formation. Okay. I'm going to change my color theme a little bit and let's go with some burnt umber up in this area. Like I said, these leaves were all kind of falling all over each other outside. They were all laying flat in the yard. And my daughter's a great photographer, especially nature photographer, and what's going on around her and seeing the beauty and what's there. And she took this picture of these leaves, which is just fabulous. We wet this area. I know I still have pigment on here, but that's okay. Come in here and wet this and let some of this spread a little bit with just a little bit less concentration. Use some of this dot. Come down and let this do its thing. These paints, like I said, these are from Egg Aloe, and you can probably see there's a granulation factor in these. That's really pretty. I'm going to go in with some burnt sienna. So this is going to bring a little bit more of a reddish orangey hue. It's come down here on this side. You know, when the leaves are all in the yard and they're all overlapping on top of one another, it's almost like a jigsaw puzzle. So it kind of lends itself to this type of painting. You just pick an area and just drop some color in, and it will all blend as it does in the yard. Of course, in the yard we have to go rake it or mow it, get it up. I like that color. I'm going to come in someplace else with that and repeat this shade down in here. Clean off my brush a little bit. This can also be, as often referred to as negative painting. I've never really felt comfortable doing negative painting. Have often said I can't do it, but basically this is what I'm doing. You kind of pick an area and then you just go for it. I'm going to come in here with some gold ochre. Oh, I should have wet that more ahead of time. I'm going to come back to my golds. I need more water on this one. I didn't spritz my paints. Okay, I like this other gold a little bit better. Oh, that was from my other pan. I'm gonna go with that one. More of a Quinn gold. So I'm working out of two pans from Megalo. One is it's called a collection, and the other is the signature 24 colors. So they have different colors you can choose from. All right, I'm going to go into this. This is like a green, and bring this in next to some of these colors. Again, just a little drip of this and a little drip of that. Let it blend and play together on the paper. That's what they do so well. Watercolor does. They blend, they know how to play together. Imagine that. We should be so accepting to blend with other people, right? Just a little side thought there, philosophical thought. We need to be more like watercolor and be willing to blend. All right, let's see what color we shall go to next. I have a Perylene Maroon. Sounds interesting to me. I'm not sure about it, so I'm going to put it down here. Not in an obvious spot. Kind of looks like that maybe what I already did my background in, but I don't think so. When I try a new color, I just kind of want to try to find it in a different, try it in a different spot. I don't want to ruin what I may already have going on and having it blend with something else. This is Burnt Umber. My little dib-dabbies going here. Dib-a-dab. That's what I do. I dib and I dab. I do have this sketched ahead of time, so I almost kind of feel like that's what I was saying the other day, it makes me feel like I'm in a coloring book, which I don't especially like to paint that way. But I think in order to get this particular scene correct with all the leaves in the yard overlapping in the grass, that's just really kind of what I have to do. And bring someone down this way and let it come around in this area. I've kind of lost what the leaves might be because I really don't know. They're just a jumble of dried up leaves in the grass. I like this. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Come back in with some of my Quinn red gold. Give some contrast to some of these other colors and shapes. I like that color actually. If you look at the original photo, it's not really that color. But that's the joy of painting. You can make it be what you want it to be. I mean, I could do this in pastels and who knows what other colors I could come up with. You never know. And it would be really fun. More Quinn gold. I like that. I like my Quinn gold. Let me add some of it here too. Adding it on top of my brown that has kind of dried out. Quinn gold it is. Quinn gold for the win. Do some more up here. Yeah, I like that. All right, I'm going to just keep working on this. I'm not going to keep recording forever, but I'll show you the finished photo later. Thanks, bye.